Welcome to the creative brain of Dean Hawk. Get ready to be challenged, inspired, and equipped to become a better ministry leader.
Hey, welcome to the podcast today. This is Dean. I'm so glad that you joined us. I want to remind you at deanhawk.com are all of our sermon resources for free, and please take advantage of those. We're always releasing our most current sermons. And then I want to remind you to consider going to the Ultimate Leadership Conference with Doctors Cloud and Townsend. It is just a life-transforming event. It's a Monday through Friday in Orange County, and it is just a powerhouse. You say, why are you pumping this? Because it has transformed me, my leadership, my relationships, and 10 more of my staff members have gone and have had the same experience. I'm just telling you, check it out at growthskills.com. And I've got a coupon code. It'll give you $100 off, save you something there. If you'll put in the coupon code 100WS, 100WS. And if you go to growthskills.org, I think I said .com, but it's .org, growthskills.org, you can register there, and I hope you'll take advantage of that. Hey, today we want to talk about impacting local schools. That I believe there's a phenomenal relationship that the local church can have with our public school systems. You say, oh, you don't know where I live. Well, I know where I live, and I know that there's needs, and that there's students in needs, teachers in needs, and we have built over literally the last 20 years amazing relationships with local schools. Now we partner with every school year. We partner with, I think we're up to about 6 schools that we partner with. And we do a lot of these things that I'm going to share with you. I want to challenge you to pick one elementary school, the one closest to your church, and implement these things and see what God can do as you bring real life ministry to people in need. And so, as we look at this, one of the things that we have found is we are able to do some very tangible things that the teachers, the faculty, the administration are very grateful for, and they become a pipeline for us to make tangible needs to real people in real situations and crisis that we can help them out. One of the things that I just became aware of in the last couple years that I did not know existed, and it's a federal mandate, is that every school district must have a McKinney-Vento program, a McKinney-Vento representative. And what the McKinney-Vento Act is, it defines homeless children as individuals who lack a fixed, regular, or adequate nighttime residence. And this definition includes, but is not limited to, children who are sharing housing due to economic hardship or loss of housing, children who are living in motels, hotels, trailer parks, or campgrounds, living in emergency or transitional shelters. They're sleeping in places unfit for human habitation, park benches, city parks, living in cars, parks, public spaces, abandoned buildings, and substandard housing, buses or train stations, etc. And so what the McKinney-Vento Act is, each school district will have at least one representative, and what they do is they are helping the homeless student get to their school. So maybe they started in Bass Elementary, but now due to their situation, they're living on the other side of town and they're couch surfing with their mom or with their dad. What the McKinney-Vento rep can do is some simple things, helping provide transportation so that they can still participate in their original school, no matter where they have moved in the city. They will provide them food, gift cards, resources, potentially temporary housing and motels. They will assist them and pulling resources together in trying to help these families navigate the hardships that they're going through. And so what I would challenge you to do is contact your school district's McKinney-Vento representative. I promise you, they are overwhelmed, and any assistance will be joyfully accepted. And so here at Rock Family Church, we have multiple school districts here in the city of Colorado Springs. And so we have connected with the 3 school districts that basically are in reach of our church. And we are working with those 3 McKinney-Vento representatives. And some practical things that we are doing is we take our church card, we write a note that says, hey, we are so honored to be able to help and assist you, so that we have a personal touch, because we don't have a contact with the homeless family. But we might take 15 or 20 of those with $50 or $100 gift cards to our McKinney-Vento representative and say, and of course we've met with them, they know our heart, and our request has been that they just know we want them to know where the blessing is coming from. And they were like, no problem. And so we'll take those, and then as families come in with needing clothing, needing food, supplies, they will say, well, here's a $100 gift card that a local church is partnering with us. And we have received notes, cards, emails back to us of families that have received that. We also have become a place of referral as one of the city referral points for the McKinney-Vento representative, that if there are families in need, we said, let them contact us. And so we had a family that was in homelessness, had just moved into a small apartment, and both parents had a medical crisis happen at the same time, could not work, and they needed help with rent assistance. And so we were able to assist them with rent. They ended up coming to church several times. One of their sons got born again. And so it was just a unique opportunity to love people in a tangible way. Then in a different district, one of our reps came to us and she said, I have 20, I got to look at the word, unsupervised homeless students. In other words, these are high school students that are living on their own. They're couch surfing, crashing with friends. She said they are in need of clothing. They've stayed at shelters. They've had things stolen. And so our church rallied together. We presented the need to our church, and we focused on gift cards to TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and Sierra, where they can go and get some good quality clothes, shoes, whatever they might need. And so for those 20 students, we provided $350 worth of gift cards, plus we added bonus gift cards to Walmart so they can get some of the maybe essentials, makeup and toiletry items and whatever they might need. And the students were just blown away. We've helped and assisted with car repair. We've helped with, the McKinney-Vento rep said, we've tapped out on the number of nights that we can help them in the hotel. It's cold, it's blowing. Would you guys be able to help for a couple nights? And so we've stepped in and helped there. And so that's just an opportunity of how you can get involved. Now I want to go to, that's your McKinney-Vento. Now I want to give you a handful of other ideas of how you can engage, correspond, and interact and bring in assistance. One that's very popular around the country, and I realize we just missed that window as most schools start in August, but is the back-to-school assistance, providing backpack and school supplies. We've done the big back-to-school bash. We've had free haircuts. We've had our barbers and beauticians come in, do free haircuts, free hot dogs, free ice cream. One of our schools this last month, we partnered and we brought in the Bounce House backpacks and our ice cream truck. And to make their back-to-school party that the school was already doing, we partnered with them. And then in the fall, one of the things that we have done for many years is something we call Clothe the Children. And this is where we work with each of our representatives at each of the schools, and the teachers and staff identify students who are in need, and especially for us with cold weather coming. And so we create a form where they fill out the student's name, age, sizes, and their needs: pants, shoes, clothes, PJs, coats, socks, underwear, and the parent fills out the appropriate sizes. And then just like you would do adopt a child at Christmas, we do where church families can come and they adopt 7-year-old Julie, and they go shopping and buy her an entire new wardrobe, winter coat, whatever it is she needs. And that's a way that is empowering our people to get involved. It costs us nothing as a church, but our people literally stand in line to adopt kids to bless. And then we take all of the supplies, deliver them to the kids at the school, and it's a phenomenal event. Then something we've done, our youth ministry stepped up and did this with 2 different schools over 2 different summers, that they raised funds and they went in and painted and remodeled the teacher's lounge, bought new couches, sofas, tables, and chairs, just basically stripped it out. Of course, they got everything approved through the school administration on what they were doing and what they were replacing with. But for a couple $1,000s, we were able to make an entire population of teachers in that school very, very excited and grateful. Something we do in August as teachers are preparing their classrooms is I'm friends with teachers. And one of the things I didn't realize until years ago was that teachers often spend their own money and resources to decorate their room. That's not anything that's given to them in their budget. So at another one of our partner schools last month, we stepped in and we blessed each teacher in that school with a $100 gift card to help them decorate their rooms to get started or as they needed throughout the year. Something else that's a great outreach is to periodically provide teacher lunches or teacher breakfast. One of the things that's always a hit, if you have a Chick-fil-A near you, that always goes over really well. A Chipotle bar that we actually will bring in all of the items and they can make their own Chipotle bowl, burrito, whatever they want to do. That works really well. In the morning, we don't take donuts because donuts aren't seen as that healthy, but bagels are typically a big hit. Bring in all the various flavored cream cheeses and bagels. And teachers are just grateful. They need to feel valued, loved, and appreciated. You say, well, why are you impacting the teachers? Here's what I would say: because they're voices of influence in the community. And they may already have a church home, but I'm wanting to leave a good taste in their mouth about who we are as a church. They may never come, but they're talking to 30 families of the students that are in their classroom. They're intersecting their life with many people throughout the school system. And I want to build a good rapport in our community that, yes, Rock Family Church cares about our city, cares about students, and is very supportive to our school systems. Then one of our biggest, most incredible outreaches we do with and through our school system is at Christmas time. Now, you actually need to plant the idea probably by next month in October. You need to lay the groundwork at the end of November. Haven't looked at the calendar where the Thanksgiving holiday comes, but right after the Thanksgiving holiday is typically where we are delivering the forms to the school, and then the faculty and staff are identifying students that need assistance for Christmas. And so then that form is filled out for that student and their siblings, and we ask them to write down the 3 top things that their student would like. And I don't run the event, but I think we cap it at $150. So in other words, they can't come in and say, I want a new PlayStation, Xbox, whatever it might be. But in that budget, they could request a bike. They could request Legos and whatever it is they might need. Put down their top 3. Then we do kind of the typical angel tree where our church members will come and they get to choose a boy or a girl. They can see their age and they see their first name. What we ask our members to do is to go shopping and to bless these kids and to buy them everything on their list, to spend the $150. Our people come out of the woodwork. they fight to get somebody to bless. Because here's what happens. We don't just take those gifts and give them to the kids a few days before Christmas. Some outreaches do that, and that's cool, and that's neat, and that's awesome. But our heart is to give parents the honor and the respect back that they get to be the ones to give the gifts to their children. So about 7 to 10 days before Christmas, typically on a Friday night or a Saturday, we host a Christmas party. And all of these families are told that you're going to come, we're going to have a party for your kids, and then parents, we're going to take you to a separate room, and there we'll reveal the gifts for your children. When they walk into that room, we basically strip our auditorium, set up round tables and 8-foot tables, and we have all of the gifts stacked and organized so that you can they know I'm going to table number 22. My 2 kids are there. And here's what has happened in the past years. It was so awesome. A mother with 4 kids walks up. There's a table with piles of gifts. And she said, now, how does this work? Do I just pick one of these gifts for each of my kids? And our volunteer that was standing there, he said, can I see your form? And he said, no, this stack is for your daughter. This stack is for your son. This stack is for your youngest son. And she just began to weep. And then we have filled tubs with wrapping paper, name tags, scissors, pens, name tags, and a variety of not wallpaper, but wrapping paper and ribbons and bows and all that kind of things. And then our volunteers, we have over 100 volunteers that are there, and they're helping the parents wrap the gifts, put the name tags on it, intersect with them. How can I pray for you? What are you going through? What are your challenges? And it's just a beautiful opportunity to minister to the parents. And then the other room in our children's rooms, our children's ministry and our whole team there, kids are doing crafts. They're watching Christmas videos. They're having Christmas games. They're making eating Christmas food. And it just becomes a huge family event. So then we put all the gifts in the car, in the trunk. Some parents are like, can I run this home and then come right back so the kids can't see? But parents put their chest out and they hold their head up, because now they are the ones that get to bless their kids on Christmas Eve and Christmas morning. Then something we do, I remember doing this in the past, usually around spring break in the spring, we will do a playground cleanup. We will say, what does your playground need? Does it need new pebble rock, new mulch? Is that in the budget? No, it's not. Okay, we'll cover that. We'll have it delivered, and we'll help rake it out, maybe paint some of the different climbing toys, whatever that might be, and make any repairs and freshen up their playground area. Then something that you can make happen all school year long is to work with your school. Some schools are open to this, some are not, but of creating a food pantry within the school. Because in each school, you're going to potentially have students who are on the food program, the lunch program, that their only meal is the free breakfast and the free lunch that is provided by the school. And they're getting limited food beyond that. And when the weekend comes, food becomes even more scarce. And so what we do is we work with the schools. Is there a closet? Is there a storage room that we can provide and keep stocked with the essentials of spaghetti and some of the canned foods and non-perishable foods, so that when a teacher identifies that a student is in need, they can fill up a backpack, fill it up with food, and say, here, Johnny, here's some extra food you can take home. Bring the backpack back to us on Monday. And we're sending food to help those who are in need to get through the weekend. And then one of the last things that we have done with multiple schools over the years is helping them cover the supplies and the needs of their school. We literally will talk to the principal and say, what is something that you wish you had here in this school, but is not in the budget, you can't afford, and the district won't cover? We have done things like buying extra instruments, PE equipment. We just in the last month, our McKinney-Vento rep contacted us and said, we have multiple schools that special needs students need noise-canceling headphones. Would you guys buy them? Teachers buy them. It's not in the budget. It would be a huge blessing if you guys would do that. So we bought several cases of those things, delivered them to the school district, and blessed them. About 5-6 years ago, you know how you have the state standardized testing? Colorado was in a real pinch. I think it was before COVID, and budget was tight, and Colorado pulled all funding for tutors in the middle of the year. It was like February. The standardized testing was happening the end of March. And 2 of our schools came to us and they said, is there any way possible? They pulled all of our tutor funding. Could you fund our tutors for just 1 more month? It will help our tutors and helping them in their transition and keeping them employed for an extra month. But B, it will help our students as we're preparing them for the testing so that they can do as good as possible. And C, it ultimately impacts our school because by our school testing and how the students do, then determines our funding in previous years and how we qualify and all that great stuff. I don't understand it all. But we said, yes, we're going to partner with you and partner with your school and make that funding happen. About 3 years ago, my alma mater, my high school here in Colorado Springs, I heard through a contact and a source, it's now become a very low-income school, and that on Friday night, the high school football players were playing on turf, artificial turf. They're playing in the stadiums on grass, some grass and artificial turf. Most of them have artificial turf here in tennis shoes. They couldn't afford cleats, and the school couldn't provide them. So I got with the coach, and we put in a massive Amazon order, and we purchased for the entire football team cleats that they could play football for the rest of the year. Pastors and leaders, I want to encourage you, send your team out, knock on an elementary school door, a junior high door. I found that there's favor. I found more favor in helping with the young ones, and then it's kind of grown up from there and expanding to the upper grade levels. But I can tell you, your people will respond amazingly to the helping, especially when they feel that they can help bless a child who is truly in need. I hope that helps. I pray that you'll get involved with one of your local schools, make a difference in a tangible way, be light, show love, and make a difference. God bless you guys. We'll see you next month.
Thank you for joining us today. For a free sermon series and teaching outlines by Pastor Dean, visit us at deanhawk.com. Be sure and join us next month as we continue our growth on leadership.